We have get already lots of useful information about classes from feedback of the players who have played for the first time AION 2 on servers in Korea during FGT test and also later on servers in Taiwan on FGT test. So for this evening, I want to focus on Demonic Path class. And don't worry, of course, I'm only joking. Name of the class is not Demonic Path. Name of the class is actually Sorcerer. I have for you today lots of interesting information. You can see here in front of me one part of this massive document showcasing skills and basically lots of very interesting information, very concrete information about gameplay of Sorcerer. So let's talk about Sorcerer class this evening. Don't be confused by this translation. Demonic Path, it's a rough translation from Korean language to English language. It's actually Sorcerer class. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of AION 2 videos in the future. Here on my YouTube channel, I'm preparing lots of guides for new players, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, how to gear up, builds for different classes, dungeons, raids, crafting, news and updates. Everything what you need to know from World of AION 2, you'll find it here on my YouTube channel. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in the World of AION 2. But now, let's focus on the main topic of this video, Demonic Path, actually Sorcerer of AION 2. First, let's check main skills of Sorcerer in AION 2. And don't forget, this is only a rough translation, feedback from the players who have played AION 2 already on servers in Korea and Taiwan. Some mistakes are possible, and also take everything here from grain of salt because yes, these should be skills of the Sorcerer in AION 2. However, developers of the game can change everything from FGT test, between FGT test and launch of the game. They could actually change lots of these things. However, already now, we can get at least impression what kind of class Sorcerer will be actually, right? So let's check it out, guys, and let's enjoy this evening in new information about Sorcerer class. First, we have here skill. What is the name of the skill? Flame Fork. Single target fire damage, releases 5 fireballs on the head, flying towards the enemy, released in place, but can be specialized to release on the move. Okay. Second skill, Summon Typhoon. This already sounds very, very similar to Sorcerer from original AION. Small circular EOE, binding and continuous damage, needs to be released at designated location. Then we have here skill number 3, Ice Shock. AoE within its own range, slowing down plus damaging. This is very nice. So it's also not making damage, it's also slowing down, and it's AoE with its own range. Hellfire, a free-state charging skill. Okay, so this is a charging skill. Obviously, probably you're not going to be able to move while you're doing this. The charging method is very similar to the first generation Bard Big Horse. I remember that one. If you remember Bard class from original AION, then you remember that big horse galloping in front of you. The longer the charging time, the higher the damage. Yes, logically. It takes about 1.5 seconds to fully charge. Actually, this is not even that long time. Only 1.5 seconds to fully charge is not a long time. It is a single target output skill, the only skill in the mage pad that requires a charging bar. Okay, this is interesting information. If this is true, take everything what you can see today with a grain of salt. So this should be the only skill of mage, Sorcerer, which requires a charging bar. So that means other skills don't have that charging time. That actually sounds pretty good. I mean, regarding gameplay of Sorcerer. Left button on your mouse, 3 normal attacks, Flame Ball, Flame Shock, and Flame Blast. So we have already seen on user interface of AION 2, there will be skills from 1 to 8, then Q and E, and also left mouse click and right mouse click. Right mouse click, Ice Chain, Ice Blast. The first stage is range deceleration plus damage. The second stage is range damage. Guys, so far this looks pretty good. Let's go forward. Then we have Q skill. Q skill is freeze, Single freeze plus damage, the kind that can't move at all. There is a chance, not 100% control. So yes, what is interesting about Sorcerer in Ion 2, your CC skills, it's not 100% that it will land. There is certain chance that your CC crowd control skills will land. So take that in consideration. It could be, I don't know, 70%, 75%, something like that, that your skill will actually land. Maybe it will not. Maybe it will be miss, right? You need to know that. Q2, Frozen Blast, an explosion that can be followed by a successful freeze within Q skill, a bit like creating works or destroying work skill or the first generation of Painter class. They mean on Painter, I guess, right, from original ION. Q3, after the impact is released, it changes into a tree and deals damage. So this also reminds a little bit on, right, original ION, changing into a tree. Later you will see that curse tree skill. E skill, so beside the Q, there is also E skill, Spark Blast. When using the flame attacks, there is a chance to put a spark mark on the enemy. As long as one layer is used, the E skill will be triggered, a bit like the pattern explosion of the Killing Star. They mean on Assassin. Killing Star, again, this is a rough translation from Korean language to English language. Killing Star should be actually Assassin. So are they talking here about something similar to Rune system? I guess, I'm only guessing, probably something like that, because runes are very specific for Assassin class. You know that from original ION. The Spark Mark has burning damage, seems to be a only dot skill of the mage. Oh, this is interesting. So the only dot damage over time skill of the mage? Wow, I was thinking that Sorcerer have more dot skills. Even that is more specific for, actually, for Spirit Master class, not that much for the Sorcerer, but it would be nice to see more dots on Sorcerer. However, you can see, at least from this feedback, this is looking like the only dot damage over time skill of the Sorcerer, but at least at this point in time. Again, we don't know how much accurate is this feedback, and also NCSoft can change many things even before release of the game. This is feedback from the players who have already played Ion 2 during FGT tests on servers in Korea and Taiwan. Okay, let's check. Next skill here is E2, Magic Power Doubled, increased attack power and hit rate, 1 minute cooldown, lasts for 15 seconds. Note that this generation of hit rate will not affect control skills. E3, Dissolve, activated when boss is dizzy. So this is in certain states. Brand skills. These are basically one of the most important skills for each class. These skills you cannot change. They are brand, your class specific skills. Number 1, Holy Explosion, single target fire damage. Okay, this is pretty simple. Then we have here Lumiere Power, range immunity. The entire team is immune for 2 seconds. Oh, this is interesting. So Lumiere Power, this is very specific. Range immunity, the entire party is immune for 2 seconds. I mean, only 2 seconds, but at least something, right? Glacial Smash, is it Glacial Shard? I mean, it's kind of funny, right, to see this translation. It's Glacial Smash. Range freezing, hit damage, actually high damage, and instant cast. Guys, reminds a little bit on Glacial Shard from original game Ion. We have here Glacial Smash, so range freezing, high damage, and instant. This would be insane. Yeah, probably longer cooldown, right? I'm just guessing, but probably longer cooldown because this will be one of the top skills of the Sorcerer class. Then we have here a Lumiere Space, aerial constraints centered on oneself. Okay, aerial constraints centered on oneself. Number 5, Curse Tree. Curse Tree is here, really. Single object instantly transforms into a tree. Only this tree transforming sleep mode is available, not the sheep transformation sleep mode in the first generation. So, okay, so only this is sleep. Only this sleep exists for Sorcerer, looks like in Ion 2. At least what are players saying now. Maybe there is more, but they have noticed this one. So, sleep, Curse Tree. Then 6, we have Iron Armor Blessing, similar to the first generation of Iron Armor. So this will be like stone skin, iron armor you have on yourself, right? Elemental Amplification, increased attribute stats, actually damage, right? Okay. 8, Ice Armor, similar to the first generation with anti-damage. With anti-damage. Wait, do they mean reflect? I'm not sure what do they mean by this. With anti-damage. Anti-damage. How would you explain anti-damage? I mean, is it a reflect? And this is ice armor, so I don't think it's a reflect. But guys, you never know. You never know what will have Sorcerer in AION 2. Skill number 9, there is instant single target silence skill. Oh, this is huge. This is huge. This will be so good in PvP. Guys, imagine this. I don't know what will be the cooldown of this skill. It's only single target. I mean, it would be too much for Sorcerer to have a party AoE silence. That's insane, right? That would be insane. However, instant single target silence skill. This is it, guys. We have already seen from some feedback of the players that Sorcerer doesn't feel that powerful. But guys, when I'm reading this, absolutely Sorcerer is looking powerful, because it's not only about damage. There will be damage here. Don't worry about that. But it's about CC, crowd control, and also silence, sleep. What do you want more? You have also iron armor. They're translating at least here. Some kind of stone skin, shield, maybe even reflect. Next here is skill number 10. There is an ice breaking skill that causes continuous ice damage within its own range. The player cannot move while maintaining the skill. The range is large and the damage is high. The player cannot move while maintaining the skill. The range is large and damage is high. Okay. Assault skill 11, range freezing plus damage. Again, lots of CC. Insane amount of CC. Almost every second skill of Sorcerer here have some kind of freeze. We have also sleep. There is a silence. Curse tree is here. Guys, pretty good. I doubt that Sorcerer will be a weak class. I have doubts in that. I think the Sorcerer will be also a very strong class, like it was also in original AION. One of the most popular classes when we're talking about DPS classes. It was amazing range DPS class. And sadly, for me as a Gladiator, because I was mostly playing Gladiator in original AION, it was anti-class of plates. Anti-class of Templar and Gladiator. It was actually Sorcerer, Spirit Master, Bard, magical class. They were anti-class of plates. And I can tell you that, for example, when I have met in arenas some really good Sorcerers as a Gladiator, yeah, I knew already it's a lost fight. Even with extendable weapon, for me as a Gladiator, it was not easy to defeat a Sorcerer. And also, never forget, if you can defeat as a Gladiator some Sorcerer, that doesn't mean that you are a great player. No, that means that that Sorcerer is a bad player. If I defeat Sorcerer as a Gladiator, yeah, that Sorcerer is not playing good. Because Sorcerer and magical classes are anti-classes of plates. And yes, Gladiator is very strong against Assassin, Chanter, other Gladiator, Templar. Gladiator with extendable weapon, absolutely, can be very powerful. But against Sorcerer, yeah, it's a big problem for us, right? So anyway, I can see here power of the Sorcerer is still here. The damage will be increased when the monster is slowed down, okay? The boss is not affected by the slowdown, that's normal, but can be slowed down. The damage increase from the slowdown will take effect, but the movement speed will not be reduced. Without the space-time corridor, the robe skills of the first generation have become passive, such as Fire Robe, Wind Robe. Oh, we know about that from original on the first generation. And many buff skills of the first generation have become passives. We have seen that also in some other cases, I think, regarding Chanter. Don't worry, I got you covered also regarding that. I have video for each one of the classes of this type. We are going to study each class. They are turning some active skills into passives for many classes, including here for Sorcerer. The skills that are connected with will still turn you into a tree similar to the first generation. The magic pad skills do not have a reading bar, but there is a back and forth swing, which can be cancelled by blocking the knife or rolling. Next here we have combo. The combo should be Q to freeze at the beginning, okay? Right click to slow down. Passive skill increases damage when slowing down. Then E to open the magic doubler. Then first skill Flame Fork, Q Blast, Brand to turn into a tree, reduce fire resistance. After sleeping, read fourth skill Hellfire, the only skill with a reading bar. Brand Holy Explosion, very high fire damage. And then with Brand Glacial Smash or Glacial Shard, very high water damage. So actually somebody here who are playing, right, from the players who have played already AION 2, they have described what should be your strategy with to play. So you start with the Q to freeze at the beginning, right click to slow down, passive skill, increase damage when slowing down. E to open magic doubler. First skill, flame fork. Q, then again, brand to turn into the tree. After sleeping, read fourth skill, hellfire. And then on the end, brand holy explosion, very high fire damage. And we end with glacial smash. You can see a little bit here, presentation of skill bar of Sorcerer. But this here, I can already see this is looking from older patches, because we have already seen NCSoft have already improved user interface. Skills were looking different. Here, skills look really similar to each other. We have seen in the latest few live streams, NCSoft have improved user interface and how our skills appearing on your UI a lot. So take this in consideration. Holy Explosion, 6 Iron Armor Blessing, and 8 Cursed Ancient Tree. Image Source, Taiwan official second live broadcast. We can see here the boss have a slowdown buff. Image Source, Taiwan official second live broadcast. So boss have that slowdown buff. That's interesting. On the boss, right? Level 45. What do we have here? Here we have that branding skill. Forgot the name. Image Source, South Korea official second live stream. We can see Sorcerer with that AOE skill. This is some kind of freeze skill, and it's a 10 branding skill. What else we have here? Image Source, South Korea official second live stream. Magic power multiplier element amplification. So that is the skill which is basically increasing your damage. And here we have Taiwan official second live stream, South Korea official second live stream, Holy Explosion, Iron Armor. Armor, shield. We have here on the left side a Holy Explosion, on the right side we have shield. And here we have a legendary Cursed Tree. Also, you know this skill from original AION. If you have ever played AION, then you know what is this. This is looking in PvP, I guess, some tree. And what else? Wait, that's not everything. What is this? This is silence. The head is hit by the special effect of silence. Image Source, South Korea official for the live stream. So guys, this will be how it looks silence when you put it right on some character. So I think regarding Sorcerer, actually lots of interesting information here. Don't forget, like I said on the beginning of this video, take in consideration that everything, I mean, they'll probably not change everything, but some things might be changed, definitely, for launch of the game. This was from the feedback of the players who have already played this game during FGT test. Guys, Sorcerer is looking good in my opinion. Definitely, this will be another, like, original AION also, like in original AION, very strong CC class. I can see also here some burst, high damage skills, also probably reflect. So I think this will look very good also in AION 2. If you are interested into AION 2, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm preparing lots of guides of this type also in the future after release of the game. You will see gameplay of all classes, PvP and PvE builds, news regarding updates, dungeons, raids, crafting, everything what you need to know from World of AION 2, you'll find it here on my YouTube channel. Also, make sure to follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another AION 2 video.